Some time ago, this microscope took a nasty fall thanks to my dog. So what we're gonna do in this video is we're gonna open this microscope up and try to repair it. I did manage to get it into a working state, just so that it powers on, as you saw with the wires. But this time we're actually gonna use my new microscope and try to restore all the functionality, like being able to stream the video from the microscope to a laptop. So let's get it open. So here we have the microscope, and as we can see, here we have the micro USB port that I just soldered onto two wires that go into the spot where the micro USB is supposed to go. So what we're gonna do now is open it up, look at the damage, and try to fix it. And now we have 4 screws here that we need to take out, and obviously this one is missing. Now if I remember correctly, this screen should come out, but there's a ribbon cable in here that we need to be careful of. Okay, so this whole plastic assembly comes off. As you can see down here, we have a ribbon cable. That should be free, yes. So here's the screen ribbon, not torn. And here's the damaged area we need to look at later. And I just realized this cord also just gave up. This is really small, but I think we can manage. So I will try to remove these 4 screws to just get the board out and disconnect the whole camera microscope thingy. So we'll see if that's possible. That should make the board loose. Okay, yeah. So we have some sort of power delivery cable to the microscope, and we have another ribbon cable. That should be it for the ribbon cable. It does come out. I think this just pulls apart. It does. So now we're free to inspect the board. And I think this is a great time to use the microscope. And yeah, here is the affected area. And as you can see, first of all, it needs a clean, but also we can see that I previously used some continuity, and we connected to this resistor. So I think first of all we're gonna use some IPA, and we're gonna clean this area just so we see it a little bit better. And maybe we should even get further in. Now we can see it much clearer. So let's clean this area up. And I mean, this area is really small as well. I'm gonna show you how one of the screws on the motherboard looks in comparison to this. Yeah, it looks giant, so these are really tiny traces. But anyway, to clean this area up, I'm gonna use some isopropyl alcohol and a toothbrush just to scrub this away. Okay, so that's much better. And let's inspect this now. So I'll try to show you with my tweezers that are slightly bent that this trace is gone. This trace is gone, but it only goes here, so I mean that should be relatively easy to fix. And I think a bit of it is still present here, but we don't want to use that, so I'm just gonna break it off. So I think that one goes there. And then we have this trace that I think goes here. And then we have the fourth one, and that seems to have survived because some bit of the copper is here. So what we're gonna do is run a wire from here to somewhere here. One wire from here to here. One wire from somewhere here to somewhere here. And this one I think we can get away with just adding a pad or something. And let's see, what is this? Yeah, I'm guessing we have to clear these holes as well. Okay, so I think we'll begin with clearing the holes. And I think this is like a grand pad or something. It doesn't seem like it's very happy. And also we have to get the port off. The old port. And we can just as well inspect it. And I mean, it is a bit melted on the sides, but that doesn't matter because these have a bit of solder on them and I'm not sure I'm gonna take them off correctly. I might just destroy this port accidentally. But if I do, I know I have other ports, so yeah. First things first, get the solder off these points and clean the holes. Voiceover me here. I'm not gonna bore you with too much footage, since this repair took many hours. That will be available on my extras channel in the future where I post longer content. I started out by finding some USB micro ports I had removed from other things. Then I compared them to the original one just to make sure I would have backups, and boy did I need them. I then tried to use these pads to rebuild the traces, but that turned out to be a huge hassle. I think I need better tweezers. Moving on, I soldered some new traces using enameled wire. Honestly, that went super good. I'm very inexperienced in doing trace repairs, so I was pretty proud of myself. Little did I know, that pride would not last long. After successfully adding some new traces, I went on and added some solder mask. The reason is that these wires may not seem like it, but they're really tiny. And the solder mask keeps the wires from desoldering themselves when I try to solder them to the USB port later. So, it's been an embarrassing amount of time that I've been trying to get this port on, and I just can't do it. I think the next steps now are to get a bunch of different USB micro ports, maybe a box of different sizes and shapes and leg lengths and stuff like that, because I think the first port was okay. I just messed up with one bit there at the end, and the second port wasn't even worth trying out actually. I was also struggling, as you saw, with getting the legs down on the wires, which I thought was weird because looking at the ports it looked like they were flush to the board. Maybe they weren't, so that's something to work on. Anyway, you can't always fix them all, so I'm having a bit of a not fixing streak, but you learn, and there's a lot from this I'm gonna take with me. So yeah, unfortunately no fix, but it will definitely be a revisit video in the future. So if you liked what you saw for some reason, like the video, comment what you thought I should have done differently, if you have any tips for me, stuff like that. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.